Donald Trump is a worthless chicken shit coward at heart who will never disclose his tax return. He is a reality TV star that has lost touch with reality, deluded by his own self-aggrandizement. The Trump brand is as worthless as Donald Trump's word. Of course Trump won't release his tax return. It would prove that he has been lying to the American people all along. It would corroborate the fact that he is not the billionaire he says he is. It would show he pays little or no tax and his connection to a Russian-backed bank with a record of criminal activity, and his tax return might even show outright ties to Russia, making him one of the greatest security risks this nation has ever seen. In 2004, Deutsche Bank, Donald Trump's own bank, valued Trump's assets at around $788 million. Trump defaulted on their loan to him, costing him $40 million of his personal assets. It comes as no surprise, Trump's bank has issues of its own, and, like Trump, is a bit on the shady side. It is a bank known to have helped evade U.S. sanctions on behalf of Iranian, Libyan, Syrian, Burmese, and Sudanese financial institutions and other entities subject to U.S. sanctions, and tried to evade laws aimed at curtailing risky financial investments, and was recently caught manipulating markets around the world. And with ties with Russia for over 100 years it attempted to influence the U.S. government, and now, perhaps, even the American electoral process. Donald Trump says he wants to help Americans, and yet he has denied Americans much-needed jobs, and brought in immigrants to fill jobs that should have gone to those Americans. Preying on poor uneducated Americans, through Trump University he has robbed average Americans of their savings and their dreams of a better life for themselves and their families. With each bankruptcy of his failed businesses he shafted contractors and craftsmen, destroying many of their businesses and dreams as well. The stockholders that bought into those businesses also lost their investments. Trump walked away with millions of dollars like so many of the CEOs from the banks the taxpayers bailed out not long ago. Trump says he'll bring businesses back to America. He should start with all the businesses and products he outsources to workers in third world countries. With him it is a continuing pattern of denying Americans the opportunity of gainful employment while bringing in and employing immigrants, or employing workers in other countries. How on earth did he convince the immigration office he could find no Americans to fill the jobs at his resorts and hotels? Bribery maybe? Donald Trump will always find someone else to blame for his problems. Donald, voter fraud is usually something you charge your opponent with after an election, not 3 months before the election begins. Trump's entire life has been built upon one lie on top of another. There are the lies he tells himself and the lies he tells others. His entire campaign for president is one big giant, not so carefully constructed, web of lies. Hillary Clinton does not want to deny Americans their Second Amendment rights, but she does want to enact gun control measures to keep guns out of the hands of children, criminals, psychotics, and zealots, giving the police the tools they need to help keep us all safe. It would not be so bad if these lies were limited to Trump himself. The entire Republican Party and the NRA feed upon this lie also. The NRA has tirelessly been working to keep guns in the hands of criminals and terrorists since 1871. A background check against lists of known and possible terrorists and criminals really is not too much to ask in order to keep us and our families safe. Donald Trump has shown a pattern of belittling and trying to degrade the character of all who oppose him. Nor does he limit his character assassination to those who oppose him, but call into question the integrity and honor of their family members, belittling them as well. When character assassination does not work, he resorts to threats to get what he wants. Trump's policies would set back environmental protection decades, leaving our children a poisoned wasteland of a country to clean up. His economic policies would benefit the wealthy and offer little relief to the rest of us while bankrupting the country. He would curtail free speech, free press, and freedom of religion, essentially repealing the First Amendment. That Donald Trump can carefully craft his lies and put them in a pretty package that his disillusioned supporters stand cheering for is beyond disgusting. That is how he sold Trump University, his overpriced real estate program, to America. You can tell how well that business enterprise turned out by the number of states investigating Donald Trump for fraud. Donald Trump says he cares about America, even as he leaves behind him a trail of shattered American lives. It is all lies. The only thing Trump cares about is Donald Trump. His whole empire is about to come crashing down around him, and the only way he can think to salvage it is to become President of the United States. That he would destroy this country is not something Trump even considers. It is all about Donald Trump and saving what's left of his worthless brand. That is why he is desperate to keep America from seeing his income tax return. Anyone who has been audited by the IRS knows that does not stop anyone from producing their tax returns. Donald Trump is betting on American apathy to keep from having to produce his tax returns that would expose the lies he has been telling America all along. It is time that, we the people, demand to see Donald Trump's tax return, if for no other sake than that of our children and the security of this country. Our goal is to protect the American people, and to defend and preserve our rights, and to fight to regain that which has been lost to the people through time. We are the New American Revolution freedom fighters.